Take the roof off. Welcome, Dan Morris.
Hello. Hello. I know what some of you are thinking, and no, I'm not that prick from 2.5 Men. Every fucking gig. I actually said that on stage at the Comedy Store a few weeks ago, and it got a big laugh. Bigger than in here. But at the break, an American guy came up to me at the bar and went, "Do you know? You do look like that guy from 2.5 Men." It's like, yes, I know. That's why I said that. If I didn't, it wouldn't have been funny, would it? If I'd have walked on stage and said, "I know what you're thinking. No, I'm not that prick from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air," there would have been a lot of confusion in the room, wouldn't there? Nah. So this is nice. I love a pub gig, although I recently went to one in Harrow on the Hill. Anyone know Harrow on the Hill? Yeah. Very posh area. Went to a comedy there. Posher than fucking Uxbridge. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, that's Harrow. Harrow on the Hill is there. Yeah. But I went to get the audience, absolute bunch of pricks. They're walking in and out of the room, they're chatting to each other. At one point, one guy gets up and answers his phone. In the middle of someone's set. "I have to take this, it's my hedge fund manager." Do you have a hedge fund manager, Sunil? No. You haven't even got a hedge, have you? No. Oh, I thought I was going to get more. Fuck it. I went to a support group last night for victims of stalking. Nobody saw me. Feel free to heckle me, by the way. I know Sean said not to, but feel free. But don't take it too far, because sometimes people do. My local pub did a variety show that featured a Michael Jackson impersonator. It didn't take long. Someone shouted out, "Do a spin!" Somebody else shouted, "Do a moonwalk!" And then my mate Ben shouted to the Michael Jackson impersonator, "Fuck a child!" It's the funniest thing he's ever done, and it's now part of my set. But there is something very wrong with the British sense of humour, because we genuinely find paedophilia funny. Every celebrity from my childhood that's turned out to be a wrong 'un, I learned about in a meme. Shawaddy-waddy. No, I guarantee you tomorrow, if Jamie Oliver, hypothetically, for legal reasons, if Jamie Oliver turned out to be a bit of a nonce, within 5 minutes I would get a WhatsApp message. So that's why he was so obsessed with school dinners. Didn't like them chubby. Take your time. I'm still waiting for Timmy Mallet to get cancelled. Yeah. Terrorised the girl in a polka dot bikini and then wrote a song about it. She was afraid to come out of the water. Yeah, I bet she was, Tim. There was an 80s British TV presenter on the breach. Stay in the water. Although that was terrible advice at Michael Barrymore's. I tell you who the best celebrity who could turn out to be a pedo would be. For comedy purposes. I've got a corporate gig for Operation Yewtree next week. The best celebrity who turned out to be a wrong 'un, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh, if Arnie turned out to be a gigantic kiddie fiddler. Imagine the fun we would have. Who is your daddy? What time is it home? I want your clothes, your boots, and your little tricycle. I mean, the man was in a movie called Predator. Just got a Photoshop Philip Schofield into the poster. If you ever encounter Philip Schofield in the wild, do not run. I've heard he goes for runners. I'm proud of that, I'm keeping it. Yeah. British public outraged with Philip Schofield though, weren't they? Not because he cheated on his wife with a guy 40 years his junior. No. What really pissed us all off?
Queue jumping.
He jumped a queue, yeah, he jumped the queue at the Queen's funeral. And he's like, oh, furious. Oddly, he's got form. Clapham Common, he often jumped the queue, also to meet a queen. Ironically, it was Phil's wife that had to wait around for something dead and limp. I like it. And it's not just our celebrities, our leaders, our politicians, they're all perverts. About a year ago, a Tory MP got caught watching porn in the Commons. Can you imagine the type of porn that a Tory MP is into? I bet the narrative for most of it involves a food bank. And they don't like MILFs. They like SMILFBA. Single mother, I'd love to fuck her benefits. And it's not just the men. Priti Patel's husband, if he wants to get her in the mood, he has to show her pictures of a chain-link fence and play the national anthem of Rwanda. I've also heard she's really into rubber. Dinghies, sinking. This is still better than a Zoom gig. I got into comedy at the worst time. Trying to entertain people during COVID, trapped in their own homes for months on end. It's more like an anger management workshop. I did one show, and the guy started with, knock, knock. And someone shouted back, fuck off, we're not opening the door! He followed up with, an Englishman, Irishman and a Scotsman walked into a pub. And another voice shouted back, well, let's live in the same household, because he fucking did they? Dating during the pandemic was weird. One woman, on her Hinge profile, she said, I'm fully vaxxed, waxed and relaxed. Guess it's better than being scary, hairy and infectionary. People give you weird advice when you're dating. Treat them mean, keep them keen. It's not good advice, just because it rhymes. Follow her all day. Watch out for pepper spray. The best dating advice I ever got was from my granddad. We got one in. My granddad said to me, Dad, do not marry a beautiful woman, because she will always have options. And if she leaves you, you'll lose 50% of your property. Or as he put it, find someone rough and keep half your stuff. So it's the Super Bowl this weekend. Have we got any Americans in? No. Thank fuck for that. Do you know what the most American film of all time is? It's a rhetorical question, don't worry. It's Ghostbusters. 3 scientists find proof of life after death. Then they invent a gun so they can shoot it. But yeah, the Super Bowl, NFL, American football, that's genuinely my sport of choice. I love it. During COVID, they couldn't let the fans in the stadium, so they put out cardboard cutouts and you could upload a picture and they print it on it. And for the first week, it was actually quite nice. Lots of smiling, happy American families. And it's a weird heckle, I know where this is going. Yeah, and then the English found out about it. Week 2, it was a sea of Fred Wests, Gary Glitters and Prince Andrews. And about 500 Jimmy Saviles. I'm allowed... Make your own jokes, it's fine. I'm allowed to mock Americans because I married an American. Yeah. No, I did. And we've done all of the traditional American couple things together. Been to a baseball game and a basketball game, all of the traditional cliche American couple things. Been for a hot dog and a burger, all of the traditional American cliche couple things. Been to divorce court. Well, I spend a lot of time in America. My big takeaway from my time over there is all the stuff you're not allowed to do. There's a little bit of a list. You might be familiar with these, some might be a surprise. You're not allowed to drink a beer in America if you're under 21. You're not allowed to walk down the street drinking a beer unless you hide it in a brown paper bag. You're not allowed to cross the street, that's jaywalking. You're not allowed to get into a car in America with a beer, even if you're not driving it. You're not allowed Kinder Eggs in America, because they're terrified that some fat American kid with no gag reflex will try and swallow the thing whole. In Illinois, where my ex is from, you're not allowed fireworks. If you want fireworks, you have to drive 50 miles to get out of state, and when you buy them, they're really shit, because they massively limit how much gunpowder they're allowed to put in them. Apparently someone in America has worked out that gunpowder can be dangerous. The town where my ex was from, all of the gardens, no walls, no fences, all had to be completely open plan. And the weirdest one, my favourite, in Las Vegas, arguably the freest city in America, where you can walk down the street with a real gun, you are not allowed to buy or sell a toy gun. Illegal in one. Now, with all of that in mind, it was a long setup, I know, but it's worth it. With all of that in mind, imagine how I felt at a family barbecue when they started taking the piss out of us in the UK because we have to buy a TV licence. Hey, Brad, come over here. You're not going to believe this. Bring Tucker. Why, what's up, Hunter? This guy has to buy a license to watch television. Oh, I couldn't live in a country like that, Dan. You must be so much happier here in the land of the free. It's like, yeah. Let me tell you about the last time I went to renew my TV license. I walked out of my flat, openly drinking a can of beer, crossing the road wherever I fucking wanted, because I'm an adult. And by the way, if you do get hit by a car, there's no 5 or 6 figure hospital bill coming your way. A friend pulled up in his car and said, "Hey Dan, what are you up to?" I said, "Oh, just going to the post office to renew my TV licence." He said, "Oh, hop in my vehicle with your open container of alcohol, I'll give you a lift." I said, "Thank you very much." I jumped in, I threw a beer to his nephew in the back seat. He's 18, that's fine. I said, "What are you guys up to?" He said, "Oh, just going to the local supermarket to buy some exhibition level fireworks." I said, "Oh, you should come round later, we're having a party in our walled garden and there's Kinder Eggs and super soaks for the kids." "Oh, sounds great, what's the occasion?" "Oh, we're celebrating, a friend of ours just had an abortion." Come on round. "Alright, I'll be right there. But first of all, I have to go and renew my TV licence. Will this fascistic nightmare never end?" I'm out of time, thank you very much.
Dan Morris, guys. Give it up for Dan Morris. And his